This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, can Super Al Heyman, thank you Al Heyman, can he come up with a strategy to convince Paramount to not release boxing from their Showtime schedule due to its very, very poor viewership? Or does he have some other financial backers that he can reach out to? Does he have other investors? Does he have other platforms he can speak to that may want to take over boxing? Because right now, I can fully imagine Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya, for example, are already preparing their speeches for the church, for the wake, for the funeral of the PBC. After 8 years in boxing, they could well be out, which would be kind of ironic considering that a lot of the PBC fanboys out there have been praying for the downfall of DAZN, but it looks like their ship is really the Titanic. Now, I don't hope that the PBC go down, not at all. The more platforms out there are, the better. I don't like the fact they put anything and everything on pay-per-view, but it is what it is. But of course, now you're seeing things on a daily basis, such as Deontay Wilder has now admitted that he is talking to other promoters. He's a free agent. Of course, he did say that he may continue working on PBC. He still has a good relationship with them and whatever else. And maybe he will. But the fact that he's talking to other promoters tells you things are not rosy. They're really not. Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. That could be in jeopardy now with Tank Davis potentially facing a bit of porridge. It could be. You've got the whole Fox Sports. I mean, what happened with them? It seems like they've just binned off boxing. Again, it's probably because Showtime have been paying their fighters way too much money, and anything that's even remotely a little bit interesting, pay-per-view. Absolute madness. They can't even get an Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford undisputed fight on the line. That should be a very, very simple, straightforward fight to make, and a good money earner for everybody involved. But they can't do it. Isn't that strange? You've got Stephen Fulton. Looks like he's left the PBC to go to a top-ranked show to fight Inoue in Japan. That's a boss move right there. It really is. Even Gerald Washington has left the PBC. And he's officially linked up with Malik Scott as his head trainer now. Malik Scott also trains Deontay Wilder. Are you starting to see a pattern here? The PBC, for the longest time, have been ruffling a lot of feathers with boxing fans and people in boxing due to their relationship with the WBC and the WBA. The way that their rankings seem to facilitate anything PBC related. And it's ridiculous and blatant as well. They seem to block a lot of fights from happening. There's way too many pay-per-views. The fighters are allegedly not getting paid, if we're to go by what multiple fighters are saying, including Adrian Broner and recently Deontay Wilder. It's almost like they're withholding funds from fighters so they can pay other fighters to continue with shows. It's like they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you've got a lot of fighters who are sat on the shelf for way, way too long. Again, go back to the bias of, say, the PBC. You've got Jamal Charlo, WBC middleweight world champion, hasn't fought for 2 years, and he's still got the belt. That is absolutely ridiculous. And they haven't had a proper promoter on the PBC since Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella got fired because Lou DiBella arranged for Deontay Wilder to earn $100 million for 2 fights with Anthony Joshua on DAZN. He facilitated that. He arranged that kind of meeting. He gets fired. So what promoter do they have? Fighters are having to promote themselves. That's the reality of it all. You've got Errol Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman. They can't even fight at their own weight, even though it was mandated by the WBC, okay, probably at the behest of the PBC, because they were already going to make that fight, but they can't make welterweight, even though it's a WBC mandatory world title shot for Keith Thurman. But instead, they're going to fight him at 154. If you're Keith Thurman, you're being mandated, you go, we're fighting for that WBC world title. Either you come down to, or continue at welterweight, or I'm going to take that belt off you. Will Keith Thurman do that? No, probably not, because he's a PBC fighter. It is what it is. You've got Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya putting on show after show after show on DAZN. And the PBC just can't compete, especially when DAZN have got the likes of Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez. huge superstars. They don't have anybody who can rival them, not even close to it. And again, nobody is going to be messing with a Bam Bam Rodriguez, are they? Nobody from the PBC is going to mess with him. Absolutely nobody. And Oscar De La Hoya, again, he's got loads of fighters as well, like Ortiz Jr. And nobody on the PBC side at welterweight is going to be stepping in the ring with Ortiz Jr. Not a chance on earth. Oscar De La Hoya may well be signing Terence Crawford next. We know they've had talks, haven't they? Bob Arum has got plenty of fighters that the PBC won't go near. And even if they could go near and want to go near, they won't go near because the PBC won't allow them to. Bob Arum, Top Rank, got fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney, who the likes of Tank Davis won't go even in the same vicinity, in the same building as these two, let alone actually in the ring with them. You got Tyson Fury, beat their heavyweight champion in Deontay Wilder twice. Should have been 3 times, but officially twice. You got Shakur Stevenson. This guy, he ain't going to get no Tank Davis fight. Not at all. He ain't. So, Top Rank have got a lot of the US-based boogeymen. You've got heavyweight prospects as well on Top Rank with Jared Anderson and Torres Jr. What heavyweight prospects have the PBC got? Can anybody tell me? Because I can't think of one. Not one. Andy Ruiz Jr., he didn't really seem too loyal to the PBC. Of course, his last fight was against Luis Ortiz. But again, he tried to get out of that fight by going to fight on a Triller card, if you remember. He's already had 2 fights on DAZN. So what kind of loyalty does he have for the PBC? All it takes is for Wilder and Ruiz, one of them to go to DAZN or any other platform, and then it goes to a purse bid. That's it. PBC are done. You may as well zip up the suitcase. You've got the likes of Dominic Brazil, Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz. They are garbage. They're never going to become world champions at all. Anyway, absolute shambles at the PBC. And the way DAZN are going as well with their price hike, they need to be a little bit careful. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.